how young do you think that the youngest serial killer of the history can be? 16? Maybe 14? 11? No. Amarjeet Sada was only 9 years old when he got arrested, and he was only 8 when he committed his first murder. So it was around 36 hours that Khushbu's mother couldn't find her child. She was very in the worst condition that you could imagine, disheveled, crying. Her face was full of blood because she had scratched herself, and she couldn't find her 6 months old. And she went to her neighbor, obviously, because the neighbor would usually take care of Khushbu. And the neighbor said, no, I have not seen Khushbu. So the mother took the case to the police. The police of Mushahar village in Bihar, India. When the police got involved, they couldn't find anything. Like, they couldn't find a little thing that could connect them to somebody who has kidnapped Khushbu or sold Khushbu as a child or something, because that's what the first things comes to your mind is that because it's an infant, it's a baby, right, they have stolen her and sold her. But they couldn't find anything, and they were like going up and down in whatever they could imagine, because this was it was a child, it was a baby. They couldn't just neglect a case like this. But whatever the door they would approach, it was closed. So this was going on for like maybe 10, 12 days till one anonymous tip comes in, and they say, look at Sada family's eldest son. Sada's family eldest son was Amarjeet Sada. Amarjeet at the time of this case was 9 years old, and he and his family were living in a joint family. Joint family means there is like maybe 2-3 brothers with their wives living with their parents. Like, so it's grandmother and grandfather, and there are 2, 3, 4, how many brothers with their wives and children. They all are living in a house.
Which is, a very common practice in India.
Very common practice.
The entire family, it can in fact go from like anywhere from like 8 members to 15 members living under one roof.
Yeah. And when you're rich, it doesn't matter. But imagine in a village.
Right.
Like basically you're all inside each other.
Yeah, very claustrophobic.
Yeah. But in Amarjeet, what I said his name wrong. Amarjeet.
Yeah.
Amarjeet, in his own way, was a spoiled brat, because in that family, number of boys were less, and
so was he the eldest?
He was the eldest of his own father.
Oh, so he was, yeah. So they're spoiled. I mean, and a boy, so definitely spoiled. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously in village, boys also have more value.
Yeah.
I think everywhere they have more value.
It's more because in India, when a son is born, especially in the villages, they know that he can be a breadwinner for the family. So that's why it's important. And when it's a girl, it's difficult for them because it's not that they don't love the girl, it's just that they know that because it's a village, by the time she's 12 or 14 years old, they have to marry her off. And
12?
Yeah, it happens. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen as much now, but by the time they're 12 or 14 or 16, they have to marry her off, and obviously dowry is involved. So it becomes a huge financial burden on the father and the family.
Wow.
It's sad, but I mean, that's the reality.
Me saying this 12, don't think that it doesn't happen in Iran. It does happen in Iran as well.
Right.
In villages of Iran, it happens. In Iran, they also cherish boys more. The only difference is that in Iran, boys have to give dowry. That's the
Right.
only
I don't know if it
difference.
still happens. I know this used to be in the past. I hope it's not that way anymore. I mean, wishing for the best.
Yeah, obviously, it's. I know that by law. I know that by law in India, nobody is allowed to get married under 18.
Correct.
And they don't need anybody's approval. They just need to be on age and psychologically also valued, and they can get married to whomever they want by law. But the problem with countries like mine and yours is that sometimes culture and the tradition take over the law.
Yeah.
And a village in Bihar, like Bihar has millions of villages. Not millions, that was like exaggerations, but
A lot, a ton, yeah. definitely.
lot.
Yeah.
And like obviously Bihar cities are beautiful and very like classy and all of that. But even Iran, like Sistan and Balochistan villages, who will go and check? They don't even register their marriage. They just do the fera, or if they are Muslim, they just do the nikah and done.
Yeah.
They don't register it. So at the end of the day, the point was that Amarjeet was basically suffering from Rajabeta syndrome, like my son, which suffers from Rajabeta
So for your
syndrome.
viewers, what is that? Raja Beta syndrome?
This is Dudul Thala syndrome, basically. Rajabeta is like when a son is born, the way the family treats him is like he is going to be the heir to I don't know what, because they usually have nothing, but they treat him like he is the heir.
King of the household. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the Raja
Prince of the household.
the household. So the same happens in Iran, obviously, the syndrome of Dudul Thala. Like so Amarjeet was like that. So a tip comes in that go and look into Amarjeet Sada. They bring in Amarjeet, but the police is like, what? 9 years old, we bring him in, what he will say? They bring him in, he sits and he says, sorry, I'm hungry, can you bring me milk? And guess what?
What?
Parle-G.
Parle-G biscuit.
He asks for biscuits and Parle-G. And then while he is eating his biscuits, the policeman asks him, Amarjeet, do you have any idea where is Kushbu? Amarjeet says, yeah. And they get shocked and say, you know? She says, yeah. He says, yeah. And they say, where is she? And he says, she's buried in my mom's garden. And the police officer gets shocked out of his pants and he's like, what? And he says, yeah, she's there. If you want, I can take you there. So they go to the house. They go to his mother's garden. Means maybe they have a big garden, and they have made it pieces and pieces and gave each daughter-in-law one piece to be their garden. So he takes them to his mother's garden and says, under that stone is Kushbu. And they take out a stone and they dig a little bit. It's a shallow grave also. He has not dig very like too much inside the ground. It's a shallow grave. They dig a little bit and they take out the body of the child, face fully smashed, and they cannot believe it. So they take Kushbu for forensics and they bring back Amarjeet to the police, and now it's an interrogation.
So 1 sec again, you're telling me that this kid was 9 years old.
9 years old.
And you're talking about a shallow grave. He basically at 9 years old dug a grave and buried a victim.
Yeah.
Okay, this is scary.
And the funniest part is, no, not funny actually, but the weirdest part is, even if you want to say that this child has seen people die, he's a Hindu.
Right.
So he shouldn't have any like basic knowledge of what is a grave.
Right.
You know? So that is
because he's so young.
Yeah, so Like if you, obviously if you get old, you attend other funerals and you see, oh, there are different, but a Hindu 9 years old digs a shallow grave and puts a body inside, covers it and put a stone on top of it so he knows where he has buried his victim. So it gives me the chills. They take him back and he keeps asking for biscuit. The biscuit is there all the time. They take him back and they say, what happened? And he says like, my mom, he says my mom used to take care of Kushbu lots of time, and she cries a lot, and she reminds me of my youngest sister, and my mother also takes lots of care of her because she misses my sister. So I hated her and I couldn't handle her cry. So I waited for her mother to go out of the house for a minute, and actually this was the
His mother?
Yeah, her mother. No, he goes to the neighbor's house and takes out the baby.
Okay.
Usually Khushbu's mother used to leave the so see, no, he goes to the neighbor's house.
Okay.
So usually Khushbu's mother used to keep Khushbu with them. But imagine like it's a neighborhood in a village, and the mother goes to buy something and she thinks nothing will happen to my 6 months old.
The mother used to babysit the...
Amarjeet's mother used to babysit and tell Khushbu's mother that because I have lost my own, I really want to. And Khushbu apparently has been a very lovable baby, like laughing a lot and basically baby herself for you, actually do baby things, and had a very beautiful face. So Amarjeet's mother used to tell Khushbu's mother, whenever you want, bring her here. And Amarjeet starts feeling like she's taking away the attention which is his.
So there was an aspect of jealousy in it, probably.
Jealousy, he was thinking that she's taking away something that belongs to me.
Right.
And then, so he said, yeah, I waited, and one day the minute Khushbu's mother went out, I went in and I brought Khushbu out. And I took her to the backyard and first tried to smother her. Basically, I put my hands on his mouth and nose, but she wasn't dying. She was just struggling, and with her very tiny nails, she was trying to scratch me, and I couldn't kill her that way. So I took a big stone and I started bludgeoning her face and head with that till her face was fully smashed, and I was sure she is not alive anymore. And then I dug a grave for her, and that was the grave I showed you. The policemen are basically flabbergasted, so they cannot talk for some time, and then they say, are there any other victims? And they are just asking it because it's a normal procedure of asking if somebody who has killed. And Amarjeet says, yeah, 2. And they say, what? I say, yeah, 2. Around 10 months ago, my cousin, the cousin has been a girl, and has been 1.5 years younger than Amarjeet. Amarjeet has been 8 when he is saying this story, and the cousin has been 6.5 years old. He said, yeah, we were playing and I don't like losing, and she won, and I tried to strangle her. And after I strangled her, she passed out, and I just bludgeoned her face and head with a brick which was nearby.
Okay, I have a question. You're using the term strangled. What I can't understand is, how does an 8-year-old, you said he was 8 when he did this to someone?
Yeah.
How does an 8-year-old even know the concept of strangulation?
Both of them, smothering and strangling, I don't understand how he knows. That is the actual problem with this case.
Yes, right.
That people, we will talk about it later, like we will reach that point.
Okay.
And then they say, okay, but who is the other one? And he says, the other one is my 8-month-old sister. I killed her around 2-3 months back because she also was taking away the attention which was mine, and she was crying a lot. And my mom would get tired of taking care of her, so I killed her.
His 8-month-old sister.
Yeah, so I killed her. And how? Same way as I killed Kushbu. So obviously his whole family get arrested.
Right.
Because he is a 8-9 years old boy.
Right.
They bring them in and they say, why you have not reported your girls being dead or like kidnapped, stolen, whatever,
Oh, you
like
mean the
missing.
8-month-old?
8-month-old and the 6 years old, none of them has been reported as missing.
Neither of them?
Neither of them.
It was just Khushbu that was reported?
It was just Khushbu because Khushbu was not family.
Okay, yes, so both were family. It was a cousin and his real sister.
Yeah, and they said like, no, the Khushbu, well, you don't get involved in our business. Actually, it goes like that the family tell the police that we are very angry that you have got involved in our business. It was our daughter whom he has killed and we forgave him. It's a family matter, you cannot get involved. And his sister also, his mother and father decided to not do anything about it. And the police is like, no, sorry, it doesn't work like this. You have tampered with the evidence. And obviously they go for their own justice, which I don't know what happened to them. This case is very, very like it's very vague. Like whatever you try to find about it, it's very vague because they all say like according to India Mirror, according to this, according to that, but you cannot find a source. Most of the sources say the same thing, but it's not a source that is completely connected to a trusted source. And I can understand it because it's such a big question. The biggest question people... Nana!
Your boys are not enjoying story time.
Come. What did you do? What did you do?
That's Chico, by the way. He's a little scared because I think he's 10 months old at the moment, so the numbers that you have been talking about are scaring him a little.
I did. So, Amarjeet after that gets arrested. India's law is that a juvenile never gets a long sentence. So Amarjeet goes to juvie at 9 years old, and as much as we know, and there is evidence, he was freed at 18 years old.
But this is also...
So 2017 he was freed. Okay, he is among us.
No, so these are, but these are facts? Do we know
Yeah,
out there?
these things are facts. But exactly how he did kill Khushbu or this or that, he killed 3 children. That is a fact. 3 girls. But that is actually a fact.
Okay.
But the thing that his family covered it up allegedly, or they did say it and the police didn't, you cannot find exactly what has happened.
Right.
The only thing that is for sure there is that there was a boy called Amarjeet Sada, which killed 3 girls. One was 6.5 years old, one was 8 months old, which was his own sister, and one was 6 months old, which name is Khushbu, and we don't know even the name of the two earlier victims.
Right.
They never said the names.
Which is why he is defined as a serial killer. Because
Exactly.
it was 3.
The minute you kill the third person, you become a serial killer. So, besides the fact that he's allegedly right now living among us,
Right.
because his sentence was to be in juvie till he's 18. Bas.
Yeah, that's how the law works in India,
Yeah,
right?
you don't get like very bad punishments and all. So, but I told this story not because of the serial killer aspect. There are very much more interesting serial killer stories.
Interesting.
Interesting ki it will make you more involved, like
Right.
longer you think about this. The problem with Amarjeet's story is the exact points you took out. Why should an 8-year-old kill? Why should he doesn't care about killing? Yeah, okay, he's a psychopath, and very early on the psychopathy has started showing. Still, it's very strange for a child to kill somebody because they allegedly won the game, and or the family loved her more than him, or paid attention more to her more than him, or told him to take care of her. These are all the allegations that are everywhere. But the actual problem is, how did he know how to smother a baby? How did he know how to strangle? How did he know how to bludgeon somebody to death? How could he do that as a 36 years old woman? I cannot imagine taking a break and killing somebody.
A brick.
A break.
Yeah.
And just
you know what I want to see is, are there any photos on the internet of this child?
yeah, or just
Because-
faces.
Like you're saying, take a brick. I mean, you have to have even a lot of strength to do that if you're an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
But his victims, for that matter, his victims were so tiny. I mean,
Yeah, that's the saddest story. But the actual thing is, Amarjeet actually ruined lots of like papers and researches which were there by the time he got introduced to the world of serial killers. By then, many people. Sorry, I think I keep touching my mic. So by then, many people used to say, like, this happened to this guy, and that's 1 minute. Sorry. So, here. So I will put it here also. It's something like yeah. This is Amarjeet. Even his eyes are scary.
yeah, that is a little scary.
Yeah.
And oh my god, he looks smaller than I expected.
Yeah, he is a small child also. That is one of the things.
He's like not a healthy kid. He's like a lean and a lanky kid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But the way he's looking, you feel like he is.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Yeah, it feels like he is basically.
I don't use the
coming
word, but it
over.
looks like he's possessed in some way.
It looks like he's possessing you.
Yeah.
Like when I look at him, I feel like he can enter my soul. So he ruined all of those researchers that they would say, okay, if you treat your child like this and this and this and these things happen in this age, in this age, in this age, in this age, that's why we had somebody like Dennis Nielsen, that's why we had Ted Bundy, that's why we had Night Stalker, that's why we had the Golden River Killer and all of that. At 8 years old, in a village that is doesn't even allegedly they didn't even have TV, and who all he knows from the world is farming, and his family commits all of this. And this has been one of the most baffling things that I have ever faced in my researches and being like doing fuzuli, being nosy in the internet.
I'm baffled myself. I mean, I'm just trying to think that if they decided not to, because I think in the start you told me that they took around 10 to 12 days to file the missing complaint.
No. Missing complaint of
Khushbu.
Khushbu was complaint. They couldn't find anybody, or they first of all they didn't think that she's dead.
No, what I mean is because of from my aspect, since you're telling an Indian-based story, a lot of people are also so scared of. I mean, for their own mindset and in being in a village, just going to a cop station, filing a complaint is scary for them. You know, it's just the fear they have. So I'm just trying to think that if Khushbu's case was not registered, you're talking about in a span of what, 2 years? How
Less
how
than
long?
a year.
Less than a year. So if they had by chance not registered Khushbu's case, this guy, what, I mean, I'm scared to think what could have happened.
Honey, he is among us right now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there are reforms and stuff, but I'm just trying to think that because you're talking about 3 in 1 year for a 9-year-old, so by the time he was 10, he could have reached 10. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. And he had no remorse. And the police officers allegedly has told the researchers and the reporters that he had no emotion in his eyes, and he just wanted biscuit to tell us the full story. So this is the most baffling thing I've ever faced, and I really want to know what happened, and is the story of natural born killer can be true. Because if that's true, that is the most scary thing I've ever heard.
I'm scared myself now.
You want me to tuck you in tonight? So this was the story of Amarjeet Sada, which by the law, if he is among us, he has changed his name and all of that, because they don't let the past basically ruin the future. But I don't care if he is among us right now. I just want to know, I am just very curious to know how he reached that point, how he had it inside him. And this for me feels like a paranormal story. So that's why I shared it with you. No moral of the story besides the fact that if your cousin killed one of your children, go and tell police. Don't stand by family and like try to cover it up. That's the only advice I have for you, and I hope you have a good day. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you like me and my beautiful family, and share our video with your friends if you want to. Thank you very much for watching this video. Namaste. Kula Hafiz.